We got a full house today, man. I got more and more people coming, man. It just keeps going. So what you up to, man, right now, man? What you buying?
Right now I'm probably cycling more of my WFTM for more boo.
Mm. Yeah, boo's been a really strong investment, honestly. People were kind of negative on it a little bit when it was $11 and stuff, but that eight when I saw that APR at 73% APR on
Yeah,
Expo,
I mean
I
that.
was like, yo, dude. Like I saw 103% when you mixed it between that and the W fan because some people capitulated and sold their positions, their Expo positions. So what happened is it's the same payout. It's just less. All the people left for a second. I scooped up some boo at the time, and then I gained just like hundreds of X boo. I mean, no booze and booze and stuff while that during that time and stuff. So it's been pretty nice now because we're back. I think we're what at $24-$25 right now in boo right now. Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
I think about thereof.
Yeah. And that's kind of the power of those kind of X pools and stuff like that, which are pretty powerful because especially if you're getting 25% APR, because like a lot of you guys have done probably the Phantom Blue or the Phantom Blue LP and stuff that pays like 40, 50% APR. It's a pretty decent amount of money, especially as you start getting tens of thousands of dollars in there. It pays out on a daily basis, a decent chunk of change. So imagine having the same amount in APR paying you that, but like blue token, you're really dollar cost averaging quite a lot of tokens without like giving yourself the tax basis. But yeah.
Yeah, and it easily compounds too. I mean, you could just keep buying more like XBoo, which makes more XBoo, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. There's actually another interesting one too. If you guys are interested, like it's still fairly valued and stuff. It would have been nicer if you guys could picked it up, but like the Terra coin and stuff. It's like the sun or something. They just added a couple weeks ago the X Terra pool. And the APR is okay. I mean, it's like 24, maybe sometimes 40% APR. But they launched their first ever secondary pool, which just like XPOO, you can take your XPOO and deposit into a second pool, and they give you something called T Phantom. And T Phantom, when you have a deposit, when you receive the T Phantom, that T Phantom itself is earning 14% APR as well. So you're earning Phantom. They actually have they've created an incentive structure of 14% APR to have people deposit Phantom on there, so they can have a consistent flow of Phantom. And what they do is they pay out profits and then pay that out in more Phantom. So it's even though it's called T Phantom, it's actually X. It's like X Phantom basically. It's the same sort of format. So you're earning both in X Terra and you're earning like X Phantom too. It's pretty sick. I totally just got it happenstance. I just saw it like one day. I was like, it's fucking cheap. It's like $5 million in market cap. You know what? I'll buy some. And then like I've been pleasantly surprised because it's like I think it's almost $1. At least last time I saw it.
Sounds
Yeah,
like everyone's taking hints off of T shares.
yeah, that was what I was about to say. I'm all about that t-shirt. It's a really good price right now, Loki. It went like around under 10K actually for one t-shirt. And the high was around like 23K, 24K. Yeah.
I was up in the middle of the night watching it.
Yeah. You know what?
I was so hyped.
I was so happy because like the 36-hour like expiry like expired for me, so I could like actually take some profits off of that.
Yeah.
And it was like inching very close to $1 billion in market cap. I took some out and then like repofficated in like lower, so like maybe like 11K and bought some more. So just cultivated my crypto a bit more. So yeah, I can't wait for the money printers to start brewing when the TWAP's over 1.
Oh, I know.
Or something.
Yeah. I've been able in under like 3 weeks to like I probably increased my position in T-shirt by repofficating and stuff from my T-shirt Phantom pool as well as from the T-shirt pool. I was able to increase my T-shirt stack by 40% in 3 weeks. So imagine if let's just say to make it easy, like let's just say I had like 10 T-shares or something, or 6 T-shares or something like that. Like I gained 4 T-shares plus.
Got you.
Or 40% of that, basically, whatever the math works out to, in like under 3 weeks, which was like wow. And it compounds faster because like when you get let's just say when you used to get the tomb rewards, you can sell the tomb rewards and then get more T-shares. And if you also have the Phantom T-share pool that's also paying out, you can also take that, sell it, and just deposit the T-share because they pay you in T-share in the secondary pool. So like what I did myself is because I thought the price might go down, but I didn't want to take profits just yet because I wanted to take profits on T-shirt once it's like between 28,000 to 30,000, because if you look, Wi-Fi at the same time hit an all-time high of $36,000 per Wi-Fi as well during the time. So Harry Ye's trying to match the price of T-share to Wi-Fi. So I'm like, Mazel tov, beautiful. So, but we only hit 24 when they hit 36. So on the next run up, I do expect something like a 28,000 to 33,000 kind of price and stuff on it. There's always going to be sort of a glass ceiling for a while, unless like Wi-Fi really fucks up or something. But since Andre is like also working with like Daniel Sota and stuff, or Daniele Sota from Frog Nation, the guys who made Spell Token and stuff. Yeah. And Harry Ye is also working with Andre Congrier as well. It's kind of like you have this kind of like triumphant, basically, like an old style Roman triumphant and stuff, where like these guys are just one of the reasons why Phantom's been also performing well, because the Twitter hype money's been jumping into Phantom basically, which is like benefiting us,
Yeah. Do you repopulate into the tomb? Oh my bad.
No, go ahead. No, yeah. What's up, Tiger Mike? I feel bad because we have hella people in the background.
Yeah. I was just gonna ask, do you repopulate into the Tomb Phantom LP or the T-share Phantom LP?
I personally, okay. So if you're more this is how you play it. Okay, if you don't care about impermanent loss and you're able to take more wild swings, I personally like T-share Phantom. Yeah, but if you're playing with more money that you're like, I don't want to like fuck around with it too much, you have to do Tomb Phantom if you're gonna play around in this thing. But I will. There is a little warning to this. So at some point they're gonna launch the Felix Exchange, which is a very strange name for an exchange, but like basically it's run off of like Binance Cloud Services, which is they're just basically you have a front end and then Binance actually runs their whole exchange in the background for you, is what it basically is, and then they probably take half your profits. I'm kind of guessing that's probably the business model. And when that launches, they're going to have a launch pad of a bunch of projects. So when Harry Ye did the whole thing on what do you call that? The DC conference out there in Abu Dhabi. Well, on the Abu Dhabi thing, right? He basically bought 40% of all the teams on Phantom cash. Like it was like I remember watching a lot of the stuff and like I was following a lot of people on Twitter and stuff and just kind of looking at what was going on during that time. And he was like, "Dude, Harry Ye just fucking offered my team like millions of dollars, and he just gave us our own suite and stuff." So he bought a building. He bought like floors and floors in a big like building and stuff, and started giving people offices and stuff and like, all kinds of things, and setting people up and then buying teams cash. So the reason he was doing that is because he was essentially buying teams that will only accept Tomb token for their IPO, ICO, or whatever, IDO, basically, on Felix. So what he's doing is he's going to drive a ton of demand for Tomb token and drive the peg to two versus one, basically. So if during that one time, when we go from 2 to 1, there will be some impermanent loss, probably even on the Tomb Phantom side, because there has to be, right? Because at some point, but eventually once it stops, you over with DCAing back it manually, you can like kind of buy back all the Phantom you lost over a certain period of time, basically. Yeah. And obviously all this stuff is like it's pretty complex and stuff like that. But it sounds complex, but it's not that complex. A lot. I mean, I've gone through some of this with a lot of you guys already, and you guys know what it is already. Like what I did.
Are you buying bonds?
No.
You're buying T-bonds? No,
I don't buy T-bonds. I mean, I can, I guess. I mean, like because like what I was doing is like I think I told maybe Jeremy this actually. I've been saving something like 25% of my Tomb tokens, just to save them, because I wanted to have some kind of Tomb tokens. Later on, the price is going to shoot up. So let's just say Phantom's price is $4. That means the Tomb token could be $8. So what if like from what I've heard, what it's going to be, you need a certain amount of Tomb tokens to get a certain level of like membership or whatever the fuck it is, like diamond membership. So you have access to so you can allocate a certain amount of dollars into the new tokens at launch on the Felix Exchange. So yeah, so basically like the Tomb that man, it's gonna be sick when that happens, because then like the t-shirts are just printed at that point, like because the higher the TWAP and stuff is, like if it really is two versus like the Phantom price, I mean we're probably gonna have 1,000-1,500% APR on the t-shirts, and that means the t-shirt price is gonna fucking skyrocket basically in order to like so it makes sense and stuff. So it's gonna be crazy, but remember, it's like it's volatile as fuck, right? Because at some point it's gonna take a big dump. So it's like you gotta always like you take your profits, you're having hella fun, and then at some point you gotta like cut it early, just so you don't get bit. And then when it goes back down, then you can rebuy back up if you want, or just walk off with the Phantom basically. But yeah, man. Oh, Big Sky Traveler, what's going on, man? Sorry, I didn't see you there.
No, it's all good. For once, I actually have worse internet than you, believe it or not. I had to drop out.
My heart! Wow.
Had to drop out and switch over to my Starlink because I wasn't able to get on for a bit there. But nah, it's all good.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go more into depth into all this stuff during the course as well. Like I'm just kind of scratching the surface when it comes to that. But I figured like my original kind of gut feeling strategy really was like for someone starting off, they shouldn't be in T-share at all. They should be in either Phantom T-share or Tomb T-share. You know what I mean? The Tomb Phantom or T-share.
The cemetery, yeah.
Yeah, the cemetery basically. Later on, you can take if you want with profits to buy T-shirt. That's how I started originally, and then eventually I got like a little more ballsy, and I was like, "Fuck it, let's go." And then I bought T-shirts basically. But I got lucky for the first maybe like 3 months of me being in T-shirts. Like it was always printing. Basically, it's only up until just recently when from that one hack from the Grim.finance hack that happened, that the printer's been kind of messed up basically because there's just a lot of supply because people were repothecating, right? Because they have a very intricate system and stuff with these contract risk platforms and stuff like Reaper.farm and then Grim.finance and stuff, which is a very good platform. Well, Reaper is, but not Grim. But like because what they do is it causes an automatic buying pressure, basically. So if the cemetery gets paid in T-share, but the T-shirt when they sell T-shirt doesn't dump the price of the TWAP, right? Which is the Tomb token. And then what it does is they sell it and buy Tomb on one side. So there's like an automatic buying pressure. So a quarter of all the rewards are actually being used. Basically T-shirts always have some downward pressure on the price a little bit because the repothecators are taking the money and then buying Tomb with it basically on the repothecators. So if they're getting 40% of a percent per day, that reward gets split up and buys. There's always like a buying pressure, which is really good. So when those pools got hacked, you essentially took away a lot of the repothecation and the efficiency of the repothecators, which took a lot of the buying pressure that was there for those pools basically. Yeah. So, and then what happened from there is because people got scared because of the repothecators, people jumped into T-share. T-share went up, and then people started dumping. T-share pays out Tomb, so more people went into it was kind of fucked up. So we were kind of even. So what the way the system has to kind of work, from what I figured out, is like you have to be heavier on the cemetery. You want to be heavier on the cemetery side because I'd rather have downwards price pressure on the T-share price than on the Tomb price because you want the peg to stay high. Basically, not break. As long as the peg is going high, we're printing and everyone's happy basically because the APYs are good enough that we're pretty happy. And then all we have to do is like all that matters in the system is that Phantom just doesn't go complete to dog shit. And as long as it's slowly trending up, then everyone's just printing money basically.
So wait. So Phantom is just great, right? We all like it, but isn't really the goal is to hold peg because then it's a minimal impermanent loss.
Yeah, but
that's how I looked at it. It's just I split up my positions. The leverage, I took it as a leverage Phantom position. So as long as the peg is around 1, I'm actually fine.
Right. So yeah, exactly. So So this is a really weird thing where like they're now in like stablecoin basically, but what and I'll explain this during the course because it's pretty. I don't want to have this on YouTube. I'll type some shit. Honestly. Oh boy, it's not flattering, honestly. Like, cause I have been like a little shook about what I found and stuff, and what I figured out, and I'm like, fuck, So it's like at some point, yeah, like there's gonna be a ruggening at some point, probably. Not because the projects are bad or nothing, just because people need liquidity and stuff. And I'll go way into detail in the courses basically on that front, but